Okay, so here we are with another unboxing, and this is Spin Masters Moto-Tank Bane versus Batman. Now, I got this for a pretty good deal on Amazon, so I wanted the Bane figure for a while. I was hoping at some point they do a single carded version of him, but maybe he's just too big for them to fit on a single carded version. He is pretty ridiculously big. I'm going to go grab something real quick. Wish I'd thought to do this before, but again, of course, I'm gonna forget. Go ahead and grab both of these guys. I don't know. He might be like able to fit on a single card because they've done some pretty big figures on those single cards, haven't they? So I've got the other larger characters that I have from this line already. So Man Bat I had over here, and there's Killer Croc and Solomon Grundy. So those are the biggest characters that they've had in this line, at least that I have. I don't have King Shark, and I don't have what was it? Bronze Tiger. I did not like that version of Bronze Tiger. If they'd done a more traditional version of Bronze Tiger, where he wasn't like a big tiger monster, I might have bought him. Maybe I should have bought him to use as Talkie Tawny with my Captain Marvel figure. So anyway, it's pretty standard box art that we've come to expect from Spin Master. Got the Batcave on the back with Batman and Robin in their funky tech suits, and I didn't really care for that Batmobile, so I don't really have it. I do like that the giant penny and the dinosaur are in there, of course. And then you've got this funky Bat Moto tank over here. So we're gonna see about this when we open it up. And we see that, like with the Mr. Freeze set, there is like a wealth of accessories in here for Batman. I don't really see anything for Bane, but does Bane really need any accessories? Not really. So let's go ahead and open it up. I'm going to start from this side. You can see that this side's all like crushed in. I got a sweet deal from Amazon on this. And I don't really care about keeping things in the box. So I'll go ahead and take it for like half price just because the box is dinged up. I don't care. So before we do anything else, let's have a look at this vehicle. So this seems to be a pretty common practice for Spin Master, is to pack a couple of vehicles in with a couple of figures in with a smaller vehicle. And like, honestly, I'm not too crazy about this vehicle. It's just a motorcycle with tank treads. If I'm going to have a motorcycle, I'd rather it just be a motorcycle. I mean, it's not bad. I think kids would like it, to play with. But it got wheels on it so they can roll around. But it doesn't seem like something like this would be too fast. It's just a motorcycle on tank treads. Maybe it is fast. I don't know. So we'll put the Batman figure on it once we get it out. I think we'll do that next. So Batman is held in with the little rubber bands. Get that loose. Okay, got one at his waist, and one at each of his ankles, and one at each of his forearms. So I don't know if I get that. Come on. And then his cape is stuck up in the package. Hopefully that didn't get too messed up. All right, so I'm pretty sure this is probably just a repaint of a figure that has already been in this line before. And it might even be the same one that we had on the Mr. Freeze package, which I happen to have over here still. So let's have a look at that. Maybe it's the same sculpt as that one even. And I believe it is. This is the same sculpt that came with the Mr. Freeze figure, again, in some kind of funky Tron-looking tech suit, because that was the gimmick for this particular subline. So, but here's a good look at the Batman figure. Like I said, just like the one that came with the Mr. Freeze one, but in a different color. So his arms move up about that far. rotate all the way around that way. Got bicep that bends about 90 degrees, rotates all the way around that way. Although if you get it rotated towards the back, it doesn't bend up 90 degrees, but that's fine because, that's an unnatural pose anyway. Legs go up about that far. Knees bend down about that far. There is a thigh cut, and the knee itself is ball jointed, so that can move all the way around. He does have those great ball joints like the Spin Master figures usually do. He can do the splits, no problem. There we go. All right, so that's pretty much our Batman figure there. Nothing we haven't seen before, other than a slightly different paint job. But again, it's blue and black and standard Batman colors. I think a kid would be happy with this. Like adult fans that are a little more sort of purist as to what Batman should look like. It might not be our cup of tea. We might prefer for him to be in something a little more traditional, but this isn't, made for an adult collector. This is made for a child to play with. This is something you would buy for him for like a birthday present. If you're looking for a birthday present and you're like, oh, well, the kid likes Batman, he'll probably like this set with Batman and Bane and a little vehicle for him to play around with. So let's go ahead and get Bane out of the package. And much like with Batman, he's got a little plastic tab at his waist, and one at each of his ankles, and one at each of his forearms. And hopefully that's it. Good, this one first. And then we can stretch this one out a little bit. I might not even have to cut it. He just came right out. Okay, cool. So Bane is the main reason I bought this set. And like I said, I was really hoping that they might do him on a single card, but they never did. There we go. He is ridiculously huge. Look at that. That looks like a caricature of what Bane is supposed to look like. Even like pumped up on the most venom he's ever been on in his life. But then again, these Batman figures are pretty pumped up. So they've got to kind of make Bane look a little ridiculously huge, don't they? But to compare him to some of the other larger figures that we've seen on single cards, I think they probably could have fit Bane onto a single card. He does seem a little slightly bigger than Solomon Grundy and a little slightly bigger than Killer Croc. So he might have been like just too big. There he is against Man-Bat. I remember, Man-Bat's wings were like separate pieces in the package. So, but since we haven't had a look at Bane at all on this show, let's have a look at that. So his head rotates all the way around this way. It seems to be like a simple cut. It's not ball jointed, I don't think. His arms rotate all the way around that way. He does have some elbow articulation. It's not quite 90 degrees, but I think it's close enough. Elbows rotate all the way around that way. No wrist articulation, it looks like. There's that other elbow. Legs go up about that far. No knee articulation. It's just a straight leg. But it does have like a little bit of a bend to it. So you can probably still get some dramatic poses out of it. He can do the splits, no problem. Just surprising on a dude that muscle bound. So, yeah, but yeah, good articulation, at least until you get to the knees, where he doesn't have any knee articulation. Also, I noticed something weird about this figure. Maybe you can see it in there. Is the joint is flesh colored. I don't know why they did that. But yeah, he doesn't have any kind of torso articulation, but that's pretty standard for Spin Master. He is an impressive looking figure, if you don't mind the fact that he's just kind of like ridiculously a caricature of what Bane ought to look like. Look how much bigger his arms are than his legs. Do not skip leg day. But unfortunately, since you can't bend his knee, that means it's a little harder to do the the broken back move with Batman. So there's that. I would have rather had some knee articulation, but you know me, the more articulation, the better. All right, so that's not the end of this set though, because we still got to put Batman on the the Moto-Tank, and we still got all of these accessories to play around with. And like with the Mr. Freeze set, these seem to be mostly accessories that have been reused from other Batman figures, but now they are molded in translucent blue plastic, again, to fit in with the whole Bat-Tech kind of theme. So let me see if I can get all these out of here with one hand. There we go. And I'm going to set them on top of the plastic tray, and we'll just go over all the accessories. And a lot of these are accessories that we already had in the Mr. Freeze set too. So, but let's talk about some of them. So we got the standard ninja sword in blue, which I like because it kind of reminds me of him having a lightsaber on the Brave and the Bold show. And we have this grenade launcher again, which I like that grenade launcher. That's a fun accessory. And then we have this Batarang gauntlet. And again, that's another one that came with the Mr. Freeze set. And then we have this jetpack, which I like. Always a fan of jetpacks. And then we have a grappling hook launcher. And if you watch the episode with the Wayne Tower with Lex Luthor and Superman, that's the same grappling hook launcher that came with that Batman figure, only that one was in silver, and this one, again, in translucent blue. Get to those in a second. We have a couple of different styles of Batarangs, and in the Spin Master tradition, they are ridiculously gigantic Batarangs. But we'll go ahead and put those in his hands so you can see what they look like and what I'm talking about when I say that they're ridiculously gigantic. Let's do that. So there he is holding the Batarang. Huge freaking Batarang. And a slightly less huge freaking Batarang. But they're both kind of ridiculously gigantic. So that's what he looks like holding those. Set those aside. This is a nifty looking accessory that I like. It works as a shield like this. So he has a shield, but it can also be pulled apart and used as two swords. So there we go. That's him with the two swords. Those are very anime-looking swords, I think. Definitely have some bulk to them. We have both of those Batarangs again. So 4 Batarangs in total, 1 of each design. Then we have this buzzsaw accessory that I like. This came with the Superman armor. The armor that he wears to fight Superman. That's the kind of weapon you'd probably want to use against Superman, especially since that one was molded in green, so it was more of a kryptonite kind of weapon. And then we've got this thing, which I'm not familiar with. I haven't seen this weapon before, but it looks to be a type of grappling hook launcher. And yeah, it's got a Batman symbol on the side of it. And that's what he looks like holding that. So a couple of different types of grappling hook launchers that we have in this set. All right, so now that we have the figure out of the set and we've been through all the accessories and we've got the vehicle out of the set first thing, let's go ahead and put him on the vehicle and see what he looks like on it. So you can grip both of the handlebars with each hand. Should be able to grip those just fine. Yeah, that looks good. And then I just got to figure out where to put his legs. And it looks like they got little foot pedals here. I think that's where they're supposed to go. But when I was trying to get them onto it, it kind of took them off of the handlebar a little bit. Come on. There we go. So I kind of feel like this might have been a better accessory, a better vehicle to put in the set with Mr. Freeze. Well, there went he came off the handlebars again. I'm having a hard time getting him to actually fit onto the bike properly. And yeah, I'm going to call it a bike. It's basically a motorcycle with tank treads. So whether or not that's your cup of tea as far as a Batman vehicle goes, your mileage may vary. And I got to be honest, I'm not too crazy about this vehicle. Like, it's not really necessarily a bad vehicle, and I could see a kid, having some fun with it, like I said. But to me, I'm just kind of like, they've made so many bat cycles in this line so far, and the only thing that really makes it different from other bat cycles is that it has tank treads, and I don't really like the tank treads. I think I would have rather just had traditional motorcycle wheels, and I'm having a hard time getting them to even fit on the thing properly. So I'm going to call this accessory a dud. I don't really like this particular vehicle. It doesn't seem to have anything fancy to it either, like in kind of missile launchers or bonus features that you have. It's basically just, a plastic thing with wheels on the bottom of it. So if you've got a bat cycle already, it's probably better than this one. And this one just isn't that great. So, but it's just a thing for kids to play around with, I guess. So what do you expect? I doubt many people bought that set for the tank thing. They bought it because of Bane, because this was the only way to get Bane. And if I hadn't have gotten this for like a really good deal, I'd probably be kind of disappointed in it because, really, the price that I paid for it was just a couple of bucks more than a single carded figure would have been anyway. And I got I got two figures out of it, and one of them came with a ton of accessories, and they're all accessories that I like. So Bane didn't come with any accessories, but he doesn't really need any. He's got tanks of venom strapped to his back. That's all he needs. So it was definitely worth it to get one of my favorite Batman villains in the right format to go with these figures. So I'm really happy about that. I don't feel like I got a bad deal out of this. I might have, though, if I'd have paid full price for it, because then I would have basically just done that. The Batman figure is okay, but it's more of an afterthought. I'm more excited about the accessories that came with Batman, so I can have some more of those cool accessories than I am the Batman figure itself. In fact, I'll probably just wind up taking some of these accessories and putting them onto a regular Batman, because I think I would like that even better. So there we go with the jetpack, and let's do the grenade launcher. So I do like that grenade launcher, but he's not really holding onto it very well in that hand. Let's try the other hand. For whatever reason, this hand has a looser grip than the right hand. But Batman's ambidextrous, so it doesn't really matter. He holds the ninja sword okay in that hand. So that's very brave and the bold there. Batman with a grenade launcher and a ninja sword and a jetpack. So a glowy lightsaber kind of ninja sword. Yeah, it's very brave and the bold. I like it. So yeah. But Bane is definitely the gem of this set, and he's what makes it worth picking up. So if you see it for a good deal on Amazon, go ahead and pick it up. If you see a good deal for this figure just separately by itself on like eBay or something, because sometimes I see people just break up the set and they just sell the pieces individually. If you can get a good deal on Bane, I'd say pick it up. If a good deal being, I would say about the price of that a carded figure would cost you anyway. So yeah, that would definitely be something. Even a couple of bucks more, because he is a pretty big figure. So like I said, I got this set for pretty cheap. It was only about like $12 on Amazon, and I feel like that was worth it just to have Bane. So that's pretty much it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe and all the fun YouTube stuff down below. Let me know what you think about this figure and what you think about Bane in general. Like I said, I consider him to be the last great Batman villain, unless you count Harley Quinn. It's one of those two. While I'm at it, for those of you who stayed to the end, you get to see something special. This is the 12-inch mullet Superman figure I'm working on. The head's pretty much done. I think it looks really good. I'm pretty happy with how that head turned out. I still haven't put the belt or the trunks on him, so I'm going to wind up 3D printing him a belt and painting the trunks on. He just looks oddly naked without the without the trunks, doesn't he? But yeah, so I'll put some pictures up on that once he's finished, and you'll get to see a good look at him here on the YouTube channel, or if you follow me on Facebook or whatever. So, all right, we'll talk to you next time. Bye.